Here's a short story where a young guy definitely dodges a big one after his fiance's greedy gold digging ways come to the surface over the issue of a wedding gift. Titled, Am I the a-hole for not buying my fiance's brother an expensive wedding gift and giving second thoughts about our relationship? And a shout out to Joseph for sending me this story. He says, I, a 32-year-old male, have a successful business in NYC, and I'm engaged to my fiancée, a 26-year-old female. We've been together for a few years, and we're planning to get married in June of 2025. I'm doing pretty well financially, and I recently bought a house where she'll be moving into after the wedding. I'm really close with my younger brother, a 30-year-old male, and we've been best friends as long as I can remember. He got married in April, and as a wedding gift, I surprised him with a Rolex that he's been eyeing for a while. A Rolex for a wedding gift? Now, he mentions later it would cost him $20,000. There is nobody in this world I like enough to give him a $20,000 wedding gift. I don't care if I'm making $1 million a year. I don't care if I'm making $10 million a year, pure principle. Maybe I would give it to him like as a contribute to the down payment of a house. But a freaking Rolex? You kidding me? Now, I've been told they appreciate and value if you take care of them and store them right. But still, you walk around with a Rolex on, you might as well have a sign across your chest that says, mug me. I mean, really. But anyhow, fine. My brother didn't expect it and was over the moon about it, which made me feel great because I love him to death. I have people I love too, but I'm not giving him a $20,000 Rolex. Now here's where things get sticky. My fiance's older brother got married 2 weeks ago, and leading up to his wedding, she kept making comments about how much her brother loves Rolexes. She mentioned it here and there, but I didn't really pay much attention. Well, you should have. For her brother's wedding, I decided to gift him a $2,000 prepaid credit card as a honeymoon gift. $2,000? That's a pretty darn generous gift, in my opinion. $2,000? Shit. Well, listen to this. I thought it was a generous gesture. It was, and he seemed grateful. But after the wedding, my fiancée started acting strange. Today, she finally told me that she was disappointed in me. Apparently, she'd convinced herself that I was going to get her brother a Rolex just like I did for mine. Not the same thing, honey. My brother versus your brother. And besides, I'm not on the hook for doing these things. What made you get that idea? Maybe because she's a greedy gold digger. And by the way, guys, in my opinion, this guy's 32. He couldn't have been in business that long, and he says I do pretty well. He can't be doing so well that he's giving $20,000 gifts here and there. That just drives me crazy. She even hinted to her brother and some of her friends I was going to buy him a fancy gift like a Rolex. Hey, well, that's on you. You shouldn't have done that. Now she's saying that I was cheap because I only gave her brother a $2,000 gift. And how it doesn't compare to a $20,000 I spent on my brother's watch, I'm honestly shocked and upset. Well, I'd be grateful to the universe, to God, whoever you want to crom, whatever God is out there, Zeus, whatever, for having this happen. And now you can see her true colors before you actually marry her. Disappointed for only a $2,000 gift? Are you freaking kidding me? Most people will be over the moon, through the roof, over a $2,000 wedding gift. Why would she think I spend that kind of money on her brother just because I did for mine? Because she's entitled, because obviously you have flaunted your wealth in different ways, you spoiled her. Think about that, dude. I love her brother, but there's no comparison between him and my own brother, who's my best friend. I feel like she's completely overlooking the fact that I gave her brother a gift that most people would consider very generous. She doesn't give a shit. You're her ATM. She wants to milk you. Now I'm starting to have serious second thoughts about this relationship. There you go. Now you're thinking. I never imagined she put this kind of pressure on me like that, or act like I owe her family the same kind of money I spend on my own. I'm thinking of confronting her, but I'm wondering if I'm missing something here. Am I the a-hole for not buying her brother Rolex and being upset about her reaction? Smack! Why do these people have to ask these questions? But then again, I wouldn't be having content for videos that they didn't ask these stupid questions. No, you're not the a-hole for not giving her brother a freaking Rolex. We can debate back and forth about you being the a-hole for giving your brother a $20,000 gift, but that's not the reason you're asking this question here. No, you ought to seriously reconsider marrying this broad. Okay, she's obviously with you for the freaking money, in spite of what part 2 is going to reveal in a moment. But still, come on here, man. She's a gold digger. She's a user. She had no right to go hinting to her brother you might do that. or her friends. But she wants to show off. Obviously, she's doing that to show off to her friends. Like, look at the guy I got. Ha ha ha. Now to the update. It says, it's been a few busy days here since my original post, and I've gone through many of your comments. Before I dive into the update, I want to address some common questions. First, a lot of you criticize me for giving my brother a Rolex as a wedding gift, saying a wedding gift should be for the couple. To clarify, I did give my sister-in-law a separate gift, a gold jewelry set from her favorite brand. Honest to God, how much did this guy spend on this freaking wedding? I mean, for his bros. That's nice, he's generous, but ay. Second, many of you say some harsh things about my fiancée. Dude, really? What do you expect? It's warranted. Questioning whether she even has a job. She's currently completing her PhD with offers both from Meta and Google. I have no doubt she'll be earning a great salary once she finishes. Yeah, that's awesome. She's getting offers from Meta or Google, and she's going to make obviously some darn good money, given the fact that she has that PhD and everything like that. But still, presently, she doesn't have a job. So they were right. And they have a right to be harsh on her because it's warranted, dude. Come on here. As for her age difference, she's 26 and I just turned 32. So it's only a 5-year gap. It's a 6-year gap. It's disappointing that some of you assumed that she was with me for the money. Also, for those who asked, she gave my brother a gift worth of around $1,000. I think the assumptions are pretty warranted, sir. Now for the actual update here. I asked her to meet me for dinner, and after we went to a nice restaurant, we headed back to my place. I brought up the tension that has been building up in our relationship over the last few weeks, and she immediately blamed me, claiming I embarrassed and insulted her brother with a gift I gave him. Let's get back to him saying that the Redditors were too harsh on him for criticizing, and right here, she's blaming him, making him out to be a bad guy. I think the Redditors were right to be harsh on her, and calling her a gold digger and where's her job and all that. At that point, I nearly lost it. I reminded her of everything I've done for her over the years, including letting her live rent-free in my old apartment, which I could easily rent out for $3,500 per month. I was too drained to argue any further, so I brought up the topic of a prenup. I told her it was in the both of our best interests to sign one before getting married. Well, good for you for finally seeing reality, but then again, you're a dumbass to think that that prenup is going to be ironclad and protect you. Newsflash, they don't always do that. All it takes is one judge to listen to her waterworks and off you go. And also being a dumbass that all the signs are there, she's not worth marrying and you're still thinking about it. And you let her stay in your place for free all this time. Again, why do you think she's acting the way she is? Because you've been obviously spoiling her. I'm all for doing good things for people that are good to you, but still, you're making her think that you're probably way wealthier than you are. Her reaction was intense. She went wide-eyed and started yelling and accusing me of believing she was only with me for the money. Well, she was living rent-free in your place for all that time. And she was giving you shit because you didn't give her brother a Rolex. So what do you... duh, honey. She's fucking gaslighting you. She was furious I would ever consider a divorce. Really? Because, more than half end up in divorce in the United States? After arguing for over an hour, smack, you actually argued with her for over an hour of your time. You should have just said your piece and walked out. I finally said I needed more time to think about our relationship, and she asked me if I was breaking up with her, and I said yes. Thank you, you're finally doing something smart. Watch her attitude change once she realizes our guy means business. The power walking away. She went quiet for a few minutes. Well, that's a first. Before asking what I wanted her to do with the engagement ring, I told her she could keep it. Then she asked about the apartment. I told her she could stay until the end of October, but after that, she's to find a new place. She seemed shocked by my answer, though I'm not sure what she was expecting. She was expecting you to cave. That's what she was expecting. Her perception of you, which was pretty darn accurate up until the point she crossed the line. In short, we've ended our relationship. More like you've ended the relationship. She tried calling me yesterday, but I was in a meeting and I didn't pick up the phone. She later texted asking if we could meet up on Saturday. And while I agreed, I've already made up my mind. I'm not going back to her. Well, we shall see. You should have made your mind up. Why are you meeting with her? If you fully made up your mind, you wouldn't be meeting with her. Her dad reached out to me, and while we've always gotten along, he was understanding and wished me the best. On the other hand, my mom isn't happy with me, mostly because she got close to my girlfriend, and I didn't share the real reason behind the breakup. Smack! Well, that's stupid. Control the narrative, because otherwise she will. Your mom's probably so looking forward to the wedding and maybe becoming a grandma one day and all that and being the mother of the groom, all that crap. You better freaking get on the phone with your mom and tell her what happened here. And your mom will probably not like it because your mom is not going to, she's going to go based on how she feels versus what makes sense. You know, I'm glad that this girl's dad wasn't giving you shit. It sucks, especially after all the time and energy I invested in the relationship, but honestly, I'm glad it happened now rather than a few years down the road. Going forward, I'm not rushing into another serious relationship unless I find the right person. Time to enjoy being single. Well, good for you, man, for ending it with her, but again, you were saying the Redditors are being too harsh. I think they were quite accurate what they were saying about her. I mean, really. Now, you're going to be single. Now you're single again. You claim you're not going to get back with her, which I hope he doesn't, but I hope this guy learns from his mistakes. Don't flaunt your fucking wealth. Don't flaunt your money. That's very nice. You want to do nice things for people like your brother and your sister-in-law and letting your fiance live with you. But you obviously have behaved in a way that this former fiance, thinks that you just probably have more money than you actually do and expects to, you know, get a piece of it. And so if you're not careful, the next girl, if you behave the same way, is going to do the same thing. You know, but probably what would happen if you stayed with her, she'd get that job working for Meta or Google, and depending on what she does, depending on her pay, depending on stock options, she may be making more than you after a while and would have got rid of you. But anyhow, guys, there you go. He dodged a big one. Good for him. Now let's hope that he stays put. But I expect some more updates, so I will let you know if one pops up.